Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and in Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. We'll have a salute the flag and then a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 1, permission to use Deerhead Lake parking lot for the Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts are asking permission again for this year to do a Girl Scout cookie sale at Deerhead Lake parking lot every Saturday and Sunday from February 28th to April 12th.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. LeRae?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas?
Yes. Item 2, discussion regarding fee for concealed carry permits.
Okay, we have received an inquiry from a resident with regards to refunding the $150 fee that they pay to the municipality for the, or not charging one forward when they come in for a concealed carry permit. We've had our attorney plus former Chief Kenny review this and the policy, and basically anyone applying for a concealed carry permit gets fingerprinted. The fingerprints are utilized for our background investigation, and there are 20 points that we, as the township with one employee, has to go through in order to either approve or deny the concealed carry permit. If we are attempting to deny the permit, then the attorney comes in, and last year alone, we spent $3,300 in attorney fees with regards to going to court to deny permits. There are, again, 20 points that the clerk has to go through, not the municipal clerk, but the clerk in the police department, that has to go through in order to conduct the background check on the person who is requesting the concealed carry permit. Let me just read here. The New Jersey State Police conducts the in-state fingerprints, and from there, the application is forwarded to the township. The records clerk then contacts the applicant and goes over the requirements and processes with the application via telephone or in person. The records clerk also processes and collects the fee associated with it. The application is then forwarded to the full-time individual who then reviews the 20 milestones on the application and through the registration system. So again, there is a cost component to the township with regards to us collecting the $150 fee per member. There was over 200 applications for a concealed carry last year that we had to go through, and we do have a full-time individual that his entire job is related to gun permits. So that's one of the things with regards to the $150 that covers his time.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Connors, I know you drafted.
I had an opportunity to review my opinion letter on this, so stand behind the opinion that I rendered. It is what it is.
Does anybody on the public want to speak on this, on behalf of this? Please state your name for the record.
Glenn, pleased to see you guys again. I understand what Veronica's saying. We take her points for the record. I understand what the concept is and why the points are being made in the record. Here's where I come from. The way that permits have been issued up until 2022, they weren't. They didn't exist. For all intents and purposes, there was no path for concealed carry permit in the state of New Jersey, much less Lacey Township. Once the Bruin decision was decided, the state decided to have, for lack of a better way of putting it, a conniption or a tantrum and change the law and drastically change the rates. Now, I understand that this person needs to get paid, but when you come right down to it, even in other places, it's a refund. If the person doesn't ask for the refund, they don't get one. So it's one of those things where even while this entire process is being litigated in federal court, with Third Circuit being the next time for the en banc court that this case is going to be dealt with, I don't see it as in the township's interest to even be involved in that level of exposure to this problem, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to explain here is that in reality, what do you really need to issue any of these permits? You need a positive or a green NICS check, and you need a positive or a green mental health check. If you get both of those, then the rest is cursory. It may be in the statute right now, and it may be the reason why we're doing it, but let's face facts, 43 other states don't do this. They don't. And you're also talking about somebody who's already has a firearms ID card, which they had to go through this process for, get both of those green checks, and then if they happen to have a handgun, they had to have a permit to purchase a handgun, which is also 2 green checks in a row. If the person with that level of green checks so much is like it gets angry at somebody in the parking lot, not only are they not getting their permit to carry, they're not going to get to keep their firearms. So what are we talking about here? At the end of the day, here's the deal. The legislature, they failed to do their statute properly. And when they fail to do their statute properly, I think it's incumbent upon us, as a Republican myself, to remind the legislature that they need to read the bills they write. And they need to dot their I's and they need to cross their T's. Legally, the town should have no issue with refunding the fee. That's where I come from. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to do my best to answer.
Do we have any questions?
Well, our attorney informed us that the statute says shall, and having worked as many years as he has, there's a difference between shall and may. So it leaves no real wiggle room. I am not an attorney, I always defer to Senator Connors. But it sounds to me like our hands are tied in this one, even if we want to do something the other way.
Well, I would answer that by saying I would go further. It's not shall, it's must. The statute says you must collect the fee, and that's true. You must. But the state did not tell the town what it can or cannot do with that fee once it's collected.
That does.
What-
The
and-
statute says that it shall be used to defray the cost of the application.
Right, and does the
Our
cost...
chief of
is it-
police
Is it
has...
really $150? And
probably-
ultimately, really?
It's
No,
probably
actually,
more
they
than that,
say it's
honestly, with the paperwork, involved with the paperwork, just alone, that
Yeah,
goes into
and-
it.
And that is all, it's arbitrary and capricious to even do that work. Could you imagine if you couldn't go to church because they called your neighbor and said, hey, this guy'd like to go to church, what do you think? He put you down as a reference. Well, I don't know about Bob. You know, he's kind of, not you, Bob. Well, I don't know about Bob. You know, he's little, he doesn't take care of his lawn, or he doesn't take care of his bushes or whatever, or he was mean to me once when I was backing out of my driveway. Could you imagine if you wanted to, you know, start a newspaper in town and you couldn't because you needed a permit from the town to do it? Is there any other permit in town that deals with a Bill of Rights issue, whether it be permits to protest or any other permits revolving a right that actually is anywhere near the cost of this permit?
So, of course, I have sympathy with the state. Anybody, you know, always keeping adding fees and charging more for services. But I think, unless anybody else is objecting, I think we look at it from straight economics and what is it's costing the township, and you're sort of asking the entire township to foot the bill for an officer doing background checks.
I guess it's because the bill shouldn't exist.
Yeah, so again, I have sympathy for you.
That's up to the courts to decide. As you have said, they're going to the Third Circuit.
You make a
Courts will decide that.
great argument. Again, this is my opinion. Maybe something we could revisit again down the road, but I don't think right now that we'd be willing to do it, or, you know, take this up as a refund, but it's just straight economics, just because I know what our budget looks like, and we just look out for the whole township when we're doing the budget. And I understand it's a nominal amount to you, but we have residents here all the time complaining about the school taxes, so it's just a matter of giving back. There's a lot of fees that we collect in the township that I would like to have returned also. Our COA fees. Our COA fees are now almost $10,000 for one house. So I have a great deal of sympathy for the state charging more for fees. But and even though for yours is you're asking for a modest amount back. Like I said, I'm paying $10,000 for a house to build. That's not fair. It goes straight to COA.
I mean, as to your assertion with the cost, and again, I'm on your, listen, I don't like doing this at all, as far as this item goes. I feel for you like Mayor Kennis. When you're talking about nominal costs, I could tell you that one of the highest costs we deal with as a committee is just medical. And I don't know what the person that does that over there earns, maybe I should. But I could tell you some medical packages are upwards of 60 grand right now, before we pay out a dime of salary, whether it's hourly. I mean, so there is a cost. When you have a human over there, there's a cost.
Well, I'm just glad that, well, number one, I will say something about the Township Police Department. I want to congratulate them on 9 days on average. From what I'm hearing, that's a good thing. It was 242 days for myself, which is ridiculous. And I guess I'll end it with this. I'm just glad that it's not 250 years ago and we have to pay for a permit in order to show up at Lexington and Concord. So we could defend this nation. We're about to celebrate 250 years of this experiment, and this was never part of the experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mike, you hit on a big point too, whether something should be required by the state or not. And I know you've heard me say this before, because I've said it here, I've said it at other meetings. My first year up here is dealing with stuff that we feel the state shouldn't be doing to us and different things like that. So a lot of times, even though we got to make certain decisions, they may not even be what we're comfortable with. And it seems like we're fighting more battles with what the state's trying to shove down our throats than what we're happy with. And it's amazing how much time, effort, and cost this is, but I'm sure we will be revisiting this issue.
I hope so, because it'd be one way to remind the state that we're here.
Yeah, and there seems to be some lack of hearing between somewhere up and down the middle of this state, from the east to the west. Something gets lost in the translations.
This would be a good way for them to hear it. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Good evening. I'm Daniel Francisco. I'm the mayor in Englishtown, New Jersey. We're the borough that pioneered this measure. So I can tell, with all due respect to the administrator, I could already tell by the tone of what the background conversations were. And almost inevitably, it's always the police departments are the culprit of why the dialogue goes in this direction. So what Michael just acknowledged to you, I don't think was addressed. Do you know the distinction between 2C58-4, which governs this permit, and 2C58-3, which governs your firearms purchaser identification card? So the reason that this $150 charge is even in front of you right now is because of my court order in Francisco v. Cook in federal court. The legislature took my court order from Judge Oxley in Monmouth County and crafted the carry killer bill in 2022 that created this $150 fee. Just like Michael acknowledged, and I don't think you guys understood. Before 2022, the FPIC, which is under 2C58-3, was $5. The carry under 2C58-4 was $50. Your current FPIC after the bill, from my case, is $50. Does anybody understand what the distinction is between the check done on the FPIC and the carry application? Does anybody know?
I was just wondering, I hope this goes further, because so far...
It's a trick question, by the
Well,
way.
think
I
it's a
kinda
trick
figured
question
that.
because It seems like you just came up and told us that you're the reason that there's a $150 fee.
I am indirectly, not by my wish.
I didn't want to get confused there.
No, but it is because they took my court order and abused it and copied it into the legislature. But the functional question that was just glossed over is the check that you're taking $50 for, which you're saying is solvent in your budget. When we take $50 to do the background check on Michael and do the same exact things that you're doing on the carry permit check, you're not losing money with the $50. But what you just told Michael is that the town is losing money when they charge $150 to do the same exact check. There is no financial argument to defend this, because you're doing that check prior to doing the carry check, to even have the privilege to do the carry check. It is functionally the same thing. How is it possible, logically, for your police department or your municipality to lose money on a carry permit application, but not on the FPIC?
So
Are you just like bleeding money every time someone files an FPIC in this
So,
town?
I mean, this issue is personal to you, and so you know a lot about the ins and outs of it. I do not. I'm sure I could tell you all sorts of things about our COA and affordable housing. I'm a builder.
But it's not
But I said-
analogous.
But I'm
It's
saying,
not analogous, because this is a wholly similar process.
I'm just saying,
With different price points.
So, just on the surface of it, we have an officer that's only doing background checks and, you know, for guns. So would we have to hire that officer if he was not doing background checks for guns? So there is a cost just for having an officer in there just doing gun permits.
Right, but the logic is, if nobody applied for carry permits, and in your town you got 2,000 FPIC applications, you'd be doing the same exact check, and you'd take $50, and you're saying you're okay financially with that. But if those same 200 people do carry permit applications, you're again doing the same procedural check.
Mayor, I don't
There's
think-
no difference.
Mayor, I don't
And
think
you're
there-
getting 150, but you're saying we need to charge the 150 to stay solvent on the transaction with all your municipal labor. That's inherently not possible. They're the same process, just under a
Mayor-
different statute.
Mayor, I don't think they're saying it's okay to spend the kind of money they
Well,
do
that's
for
the
the.
argument they made to Michael just now.
Well, that's
Oh,
not-
we have to pay the cops, we have to pay this, we
Right.
have to pay that, yeah.
Right, but nobody's saying that they're okay with the fee that's charged for that.
Right.
And you're absolutely right, it's a losing proposition to begin with,
The $50 or the 150?
for the initial permit,
With the $50.
with the $50.
So it's not enough money, you're saying, that the state is prescribed?
Would
We
not
should
be enough.
charging more than $50 for people.
I think it would be a reasonable conclusion based on what has to be done in order to process that application.
Respectfully, sir, that's a novel argument. I've been around the state, and I've argued this in front of 15 different municipalities, and our lawyers have looked. I've never heard an attorney or a public official ever say, the New Jersey legislature is not taxing our gun owners enough. We need to charge more to cover
No,
their
what-
costs.
no,
It was
no,
$5
understand-
2 years ago.
Do you think the cost of processing the initial permit
Should be
is
zero.
covered by $50? Do you think it should be zero?
I think it should be zero. That's what I did in my town.
Well, I can never argue with you.
Right, but from well, it's
That-
the same,
and
Michael
the-
just made the same argument and it was ignored. It's
That's not ignored.
It's a 2A and a 1A
And-
right.
And
So
and Mayor, let me ask you this, what happens about a denial? What about the cost of a denial?
what is that?
Somebody applies for a permit,
Right.
and they're denied, and they appeal it.
Sure. It
Who
goes
pays
to
that?
Superior Court.
Correct. Who pays that?
Who cares? It goes to Superior.
Who cares?
They don't
Cares?
control that.
Who cares? Thousands.
Pay an
We have
attorney.
to pay the-
Thousands of
we have to pay
dollars.
the
Hold on,
attorney.
that goes to Superior Court. Your municipality's not liable for that.
Yes, it
It
is.
goes to an appellate.
No, you're incorrect.
We have to have attorney
correct.
representation, we have to pay the attorney bill.
Sure,
We've
if you
had-
deny them for some
Right.
ethical reason, sure,
Right.
then they get the right to appeal and you should defend it.
Right,
So
that's
now-
what
We're not,
he's saying.
no.
So
You-
now
I-
it should be more in case people.
You're not I don't think you're understanding what the appeal process is.
I know what the appeal, I went through it. I'm the litigant in federal court that fought for carry rights. I'm the
All
one who
right.
was in.
So
my
you,
superior court.
so you, in fact, filed an appeal of your denial.
Right. I'm interested in hearing.
And what was the basis of denial, just by curiosity?
I'm sorry?
One, $150, and we understand where Mike's coming from.
Right.
And for you to stand up here and say that you're almost, some of the things, the way you're perceiving it, we did address with Mike in the proper way, and you're twisting that.
Right.
Very much
Before
so.
you-
Which
okay.
Very much so.
Okay, but with that, just take $150. Okay, this is more a principle thing, because $150 in today's world covers nothing.
It really does.
So that
Because,
should- is
just
the
let me
50
finish,
enough?
let me finish.
Okay.
I'm not breaking it down to 50, the other 100, nothing. $150 you pay for a permit. Your average cop, if he spends 2 hours on that, $150 does not cover that. That's just simple economics, and I'm sorry, I deal with simple math, not
Yeah,
all this other
I
stuff.
think that's where we're all coming down.
And-
What if no one applies,
Look,
but they
just-
only apply
just-
for FPICs?
you know what?
Are you just taking a bath?
You wanted to hear from us, so let us talk.
Legislature changes it, unless the legislature changes the fee.
$150, I understand the concept of where Mike's coming from,
Right.
okay? But at the same token, to say that $150, if that's what's got to be charged, is more than to cover the fees, it don't. Like Mr. Connor said, if we got to go to court, the town has to send somebody, which means everybody in here is contributing. It's coming out of our pockets somehow. I don't always look at line item things. I look at a pot of money and it comes out. It's no different than your household. If you don't have a place to pull it from, you shouldn't be. And no way should 29,000 people be paying for 2,000. I understand the concept behind it. But if you want to break it down to $5 here, $50 here, you can do that all day long. I look at it as simple math. $150 doesn't cover anything, because if an officer spends 2 hours on it, we're in the hole already.
So again, getting back to the philosophy is important. I respect your answer. So the $50 fee that the
And I respect yours, but I
Yeah.
just don't agree.
right, but functionally we haven't answered then. So from the legislators, from the elected officials, not from the attorney, if 50 is too low, are you saying you wish you could charge 150 for the FBICs as well? Like if you had that power, you would.
No.
No, that's not what
You
we're
just said
saying.
it's not
No.
enough.
All I said, I did not say that. You're twisting my words. Yes, for example, you just
You
gave
just
me
said
one.
150 doesn't cover our needs.
this one.
Correct. You're asking for 150 back. And I'm saying it
No, I'm
doesn't.
asking a philosophical question of what your number is. What number, at what point, why aren't you upset about the $50?
I'm not upset about it at all.
Our number is what the law says it is. That's our number. And that's what we have to follow. We don't have a choice here. Let me finish.
You do 1,000, that would be what.
If that's what the law says, absolutely.
The state of New Jersey's doing it.
At that point, that's all I needed to, if you're just gonna say, if somebody else tells me to do something, I'll.
Well,
just
wait,
do it.
you have no
It's
choice.
$20.
If the state of New Jersey, and they pass it, says it's $5,000, guess what we got to charge?
You don't though, that's the whole point. You are a body, you can take your money and say, we don't think this is right, we will accept it because it's statutorily required by 2C58-4, and just like you pay your cops and your garbage and your DPW workers, you can allot money and say, we think this is functionally and morally wrong, and we will refund the people who apply. It could be a fraction of the fee, it could be the whole fee. I'm not advocating for a number, just to be clear. I'm advocating philosophy, that's what's more important to me. And the point is, no one here has a number because you collect 50 on the other permit and you're not crying about that. You're fine with it because the legislature told you that's the number, so you're okay with it. But when they tell you it's 150 for the identical check, the identical operational process from your police department, you're saying, no, actually, that's also good. They can't both be right. Only one can be correct. Now, if you told me we'd crunch the numbers and in our town it costs $70, I would respect it philosophically if you at least said, we think it's $70 across the whole way to do this. That's at least consistent. But you're telling me you both like it when it's 50 and 150 and they're both right and neither are wrong. At some point there's philosophy. Like Mike said, if I want to go to church, there's 5 rights guaranteed in the First Amendment. One of them is religion, petition my government for redress of grievances, speech, press, all that stuff. If I go to church, I don't have to pay anything to go to church. It's a constitutional right. That's the logic of refunding this because we believe in the philosophy of the natural rights of our residents. So I respect that you may have a different number. And it's always police departments that insert themselves into this who aren't elected officials. You are. They are your employees. They answer to you. So as a borough, you are the leaders. What I'm wondering is what you think is morally right to charge. Not what Trenton told you. What do you think is morally right to charge your residents?
Number one, we never said we wanted to charge more.
Okay.
Number two, we didn't set a number. All we said, and hear this real clearly because I want you to hear it clearly while this guy's back there taping it. All we said is the 150 is to help cover our costs, period. We're not complaining because we're losing money or anything else like that. We're not debating the number. We hear Mike. We're going to address it. We're going to see how it plays out in court. We don't agree with a lot of the stuff. You made a comment, no matter who says this is the amount and you're going to pay it. That's not what Tim said.
Because he said
He did not say that. He said the
Listen to the
state.
video. He
The
said because
state.
Trenton tells us this.
The state.
No, that's not what I said. I said that's what the law says. I didn't say Trenton. I said the law. So the law, no, it's not.
It's a figure of
No,
speech.
well, no, it's not. If the law is passed, signed by the presiding governor, we should follow it. Plain and simple.
So if they say it's
Didn't we take an oath to do
$500
that?
I'm sorry?
Didn't we take an oath? There's a lot of stuff. If you heard me in that chair last year where Mayor Kennis is, there's a lot of stuff I disagree with
Right.
Trenton. That was part of my comments.
I think Trenton's on
ad
drugs
nauseam.
up there.
And
Because
Mr.
You're empowered to nullify that legally. You have a legal path to do it. You're just choosing not to. That's my.
We're also a committee form of government, which I don't know how Englishtown is. Are you an elected mayor?
Yes, or borough form
Okay.
or elected directly.
So you know there's a difference in type of government.
Yes.
We're a committee form. We do not represent, each one of us don't represent a part of the town. We represent the whole town, each one of us. That's what I like about this form of government. So when we look at something, we're looking at everybody. The philosophical part of this, none of us say that we don't agree with that part of it. It's just, right now, the question is whether we're gonna refund the 150. And that's what we're addressing tonight. And, you know, it's been explained up and down. We hear what you're saying, but you've also gotta remember, this is a committee form of government. All 5 of us represent every section of this town. And we may look at things a little different than other towns do. Because in, whether you got ward systems or something like that, a lot of times the elected official represents a part of the town, and it
No, we don't
divvies
have,
up.
we don't have
Yeah,
that.
well, that's good.
Well, I guess I'll just say informally, and
Yeah.
I don't want to eat up the whole time for you. Do each of you individually believe that they should be paying the 150, or do you think it should be something south of that number?
I don't think any of us, to be honest with you, have a number in our head saying this is what you should pay. We're just saying this is the number that was created, passed down to us, told that this is what we were doing. And whether or not it's completely taking care of our expenses or not is a whole nother ballgame, okay? But we're dealing with it, and right now, we don't feel like we're gonna give back that 150 because we do have employees that have to take care of this paperwork. It's as simple as that.
You did it for $5 2 years ago, just so you, again.
But again, it came down and it changed, you know, we were losing money at $5,
So,
okay?
But that's my argument. Philosophically, if Trenton tomorrow, because they would do this, if they say it's $500, you'd be like, we have to take it because Trenton allowed us to do this, so therefore, sorry, residents of Lacey. we
Well,
have
let me
to
say
look at
this to you, we
$500.
fought Trenton a
where
lot
would
of
you
stuff,
say
and it's
stop?
really
I'm
paying the
really
price
telling
for it, one way or another, we've paid the price here in town.
So what number north of 150 would you?
I don't have a number, I don't have a number.
There's no limit. If it's $1,000, you would keep going.
I have no idea.
You should have the conviction to be
I have
able to
no
say,
idea.
I believe this is wrong, this is where I would stop.
I do have conviction, sir. I do have a lot of conviction. My conviction is this is what we've been told is the basis of. My employees that have to do the work to cover this paperwork cost more than that $150, okay?
I would think more or less that's the side that we're coming down on, is that $150 is not unreasonable to offset the costs for the police department.
And I'll tell you
That's
what,
the position, I won't agree, but I at least respect,
I-
you're the first person to say, I think that's the right.
But sir, it's a choice, just like a garage permit, a building permit. I think the person applying for the permit should bear the cost and not the neighbors in the town.
Not the rate.
I think
Because if
that's
we don't
fair.
charge that $150, then it's on every one of these other people that live in this town.
But if they said 500, we'd go along with it.
Well,
No, not ne-
I can
it's
actually,
not-
I can actually answer that question directly. We were brought a concern from a member of the public who we respect very much, of 150. That's all we looked at. We did our research, we did our due diligence, and we come to find out that it's costing us more than that. We're fine with that it's costing more than that, and we're not asking for more. And no way have we really received that. It just, we were asked about refunding the 150. We did a bunch of research, we went to the experts, we got some legal opinions, and right now, it's not covering all our costs with, especially if we got to go to court. We're not, nobody here is going to say, and you know what? We don't want to know what it's really costing us, because if it is costing us, do you want us to tell you that too?
No, I respect you and you. You've all said your position clearly. The 150 is a fair number in your minds.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the same for you, sir?
I would never want to see it.
Then this is just a philosophical difference.
Yeah.
I respect that, but I just want, the public should know that you guys think this is a rightful thing to charge your residents, that they do have a duty to pay you a tax in order to exercise a Second Amendment right, a natural right of self-defense. And if that's your position, I respect it. I don't agree. But at some point, you should wrestle with your morality. When I say this hyperbolic
I don't have to
number of
wrestle with
500,
my morality at
it is
all.
not to be cute. I'm not trying to anger you. I'm not trying to upset you. If I said it was $5,000, you'd say, that's ridiculous, right? There's got to be a number where you think it's wrong to tax people for a natural right. To me, it's zero. All the other rights, most of them, zero. If I want to refuse a right to a search from a police officer, I don't have to pay for that right. It's my innate right in the Bill of Rights. Or to stay silent when accused of a crime, go to church, all of these things. It's only this right that bodies of governing bodies find it okay to abuse and tax people for. That's why the Second Amendment community is tired of getting battered in the state. That's why municipalities are getting creative in pushing back against the legislature with nullification schemes like this. So that's where the basis where we're coming from. It's because we love the residents, not because we want to hose them with money, with expenditures. It's a philosophical argument to say that you believe it's okay to do. That's just where I'm coming from. But I respect that you've all stated your positions on the record.
And you know what? And really, and like I say, I believe in the philosophical side too. But really, like I said, I know it's costing us more than $150.
It's not costing us. You know, it takes 5 minutes to do that background check.
With
Unless you're paying them $500 an hour.
Like I say, I look at the bucket, so I gotta look at the legal fees, the whole 9 yards and the whole thing. And I'm comfortable with loving my residents, knowing damn well that this process, when I add the whole ball of wax together, this costs us more than we're taking in. I'm not looking to raise it. So you're talking about loving the residents?
Well, you
I
legally
don't-
can't raise it.
Whether I
It's a
can.
statute. You're not allowed to change it.
I know that. But you made the comment, and I'm addressing it. I'm comfortable with losing money at $150. So, yes, I love the residents. And if the court case says that we gotta give it back, or however that plays out, I'm fine with that too. But let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I agree with exactly that.
Mayor, you're an excellent speaker. You made a compelling case. You're one of the sharper people I've seen come up in that microphone in the past years.
He's had a lot of practice.
I'm just, I'm a litigant in 3 different federal cases.
Are you an attorney?
I live and breathe this. I should be, I'm not. though.
But you're passionate.
Thank you. All right, I respectfully thank you
Appreciate
all for your
it.
time.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Anything
time.
else? Say your name.
Good evening. Alexander Rubian, New Jersey Second Amendment Society. Bob, was there an issue with me recording? No. Okay.
Not at all.
Sure. I mean, I'll pay a fee to record.
No.
Just saying, just give me your price.
No.
No, we-
150.
We're not, we're not.
Even though
I'm kidding.
you're recording,
We're recording.
We record it.
Yeah, well, it's recorded now.
I know, that's why I was shocked.
No.
That was being targeted.
No, only because you were taking nice pictures of us, so you know, you never know.
Well, I'll send you the photos if you like. I got some good photos.
I don't do
For a
social.
fee, of course.
You know what? If you post it on social media, I won't see it anyway, because I'm one of the few that stays as far away from that as I can.
Putting our banter aside, and I appreciate the levity, but this is a very serious matter. And I'm just very curious if this same narrative or the same conversation would exist if we were discussing a voter ID law or some type of ID to exercise specific religion. It would be very easy to take those conversations and post them as anti-American, racist, bigotry, and so forth. But why is it whenever we discuss the Second Amendment, somehow we have no problem bearing expenses, waiting months for permits, paying hundreds of dollars out of pocket? Mayor Kennis, you made a comment about the $150 not seeming outrageous, but for some people it is. If you're making $20 an hour, you have to work like a full day just to be able to apply, let alone have to pay for your FID card. And there's a lot of people that do suffer through disparate impact that can't afford this. As the largest Second Amendment organization in New Jersey, we're constantly inundated from low-income families that they can't afford the permits. They can't take time off of work to go and apply and go to the police department, get fingerprinted and so forth. If the conversation, if the argument here is about labor and covering your expenses, then I hope to see everybody here at Trenton advocating for constitutional carry, where you don't have to apply for a permit, like dozens of other states have, and their violence has actually gone down. And you can carry, you can buy a gun as long as you're not prohibited. All this redundant background checks exists because the legislature wants to obfuscate the issue and make it as complex as possible, specifically to target a certain class of people. Specifically. And if you don't believe me, I recommend looking up Arthur Sills, who was the Attorney General of New Jersey up to 1970, who responded to what was happening in our inner cities, in the black communities, by saying those people should not have guns. And then he was the mastermind of this whole process that you are all defending today. At the end of the day, you are defending it. Bob, you made a comment earlier, and I'm not trying to pick on you, but it seems like you have a problem with recording, which is the First Amendment.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to clear that up right now. I was only busting because I was watching you. I was answering him. So, you know what? Do with it what you want.
I heard some sighs. I mean, I'm a very sarcastic person. We have to bring a little
And that's okay.
humor.
I like humor,
Yeah.
and I like addressing sarcasm.
Thank you. And just to defend myself
And
to...
I think you're doing a very good job so far.
Thank you. And just to support your argument and in your case right now, Harvard did a study. The understanding and the response to sarcasm is an indicator of high IQ.
I got that one wrong here.
Oh, okay. Well, you just made my... Yeah, I saw you did it. That was pretty funny.
Humor.
But you made, Bob, again, I'm not picking on you, but you made a lot of good points, and I want to try to respond to them, which is, if you have such disagreements with what's going on with Trenton, as many of you said, then this is your opportunity to say, Trenton, we don't support what you're doing. We're going to refund the $150 just out of principle. Mayor, you brought up building permits and so forth. That's not a constitutional right. The council was also talking about it costs more to do this than we're actually taking in. Well, I don't have any children, well, that I know about. There was spring break 2008, but she never called back, so.
Humor.
Come on, come on, come on.
Damn it, I should have taped that.
Yeah, well, you have your recording. No, but joking aside, I don't have any children, but why am I paying $15,000 a year, 60% of my taxes go to the school system?
I can answer that one.
Thank you, please, I would love to hear.
Because somebody paid when you went to school for you.
And look how I turned
It's
out.
just, you know,
Finally, Veronica, I got a laugh out of you, all right.
it's a circle of life. I mean, you know, now it's grandchildren, but, I mean, it's a circle of life. Somebody paid for us to go. It's always the same argument for probably as long as school taxes have ended up. The biggest problem with school taxes is the amount of them.
May I ask the administrator, was it 200 concealed carry permits, or was it 2,000?
It was 200, so for 2025, it was 201 with 201 plus 9 denials, and then the other permits, 713.
For the concealed carry permit, or was it 200?
201 was the
Okay,
concealed
so you're
carry.
talking roughly about $30,000. And
Yeah,
if you were to
correct.
refund out 150, I can't help but point out, is the budget here in Lacey so tight that $30,000 will make a difference in regard to the permitting on the work that the police officers are already doing? This officer is already assigned to handle firearms.
Please don't be talking in the courtroom while someone's speaking. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'll take care of them after. In any case, in conclusion, as I mentioned before, these laws were specifically designed and created by Arthur Sills in 1966 specifically to prevent certain people from getting guns and from being able to carry guns. Because up to 1966, you never had to apply for a permit. And the federal FBI is already doing these background checks. We can also have the conversation. I'd love to see all the leadership step up and say, why are we paying our police officers to do the same work that the federal government's already doing? Talk about double dipping. I'm paying my taxes to the federal government to do the same job the local police departments in the state of New Jersey are already doing. That's another conversation, that
On a lot of things.
on a lot of things. So what I'm hearing is we all want to work together on this, on making Trenton more efficient, so that more money would go back into the pocket of Lacey. But in conclusion, as I mentioned before, why these laws exist, let's be on the right side of history here, not to continue supporting this disparate impact that's taking money, usurping money from people that want to exercise a basic constitutional right. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's not a question, it's just, you said something that reminded me of something Mike said. FBI, federal government doing all this stuff. That's probably one of the reasons now they're getting their gun permits so quick versus it going to the federal government. That they're getting them in.
You're already doing it on sale.
Yeah.
He's right, you're doing it 2 times. You're doing it
Yeah.
one time, this time you're doing it here.
But how long does it take to get it through the federal government?
Yeah, a few minutes. We take weeks. Other states, majority of other states, they do the federal background check through the NICS, and it's done within minutes. In New Jersey, people wait weeks, if not months, like Carol Bound from the town of Berlin. She died waiting for her permit as she went to the police department every day. And those are the kind of issues that we always fight for on a daily basis, and that's why we exist as an organization, to help protect people and to help fight for our constitutional
Thank
rights.
We do appreciate your,
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We're here, so if anybody needs any information, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All three of you. Very good. State name.
Tony Rockwell?
Can I have that again? I missed it.
Tony Rockwell.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm not as polished as these last couple of guys. Somebody who discovered that I like shooting guns and saw the costs that are involved with it and the steps that are involved with it for everybody. Here in the town, the residents that come to you for the concealed carry permits are already tax-paying citizens. They pay for this building, they pay for the police station, they pay for the police department. And I understand you say that you have a full-time officer just to handle that. What other jobs do the police here go out to your residents and say, we'd be happy to investigate this break-in of your home just as soon as you come and give us a $150 check?
So I just want to say that it's a full-time clerical person, that a retired police lieutenant that is doing the background, not a uniformed
It's still an
officer.
investigation.
Okay, so yeah, but I don't, because the pay scale is different between an officer and this clerical person, so I just want to make that clear too.
So it's less, clerical person.
Yeah, but we're still not covering our costs.
Okay, so, and just like with the schools, the costs are covered by somebody else, not the person attending the school, okay? And it should be the same way for the concealed carry permit. I understand you're saying, well, we don't want to pass the cost on, but you do it with everything else, happily. When you need to hire an additional police officer, you don't go and say, oh, you know what, we've got this one street that's a problem, raise their taxes to pay for the police officer. No, everybody pays for it, not just a couple of people, not a couple of bad eggs, okay? You don't send somebody to collect a check to investigate something, so why would you do it with a constitutional right? You guys are the first line of defense for the residents against everything out there. As their local government, you're the first line of defense. Giving them this refund is probably the least you can do. I understand it's going to cost the local government something, and it's going to be spread out amongst other people, but it's a constitutional right. Why should we have to pay 4 and 5 times for background checks just to be able to defend ourselves? It's not fair, and for the town to say, well, we need this money just because you can, it's just not the right thing to do. Now, there's 15 other towns that have seen that it's right to give back this money. I'm happy to provide you with that.
Yeah, we're aware of some of the towns. We know South
Yeah,
Toms River. Mike has been filling us in on some of this.
South Toms River, which is one of the largest issuers of concealed carry permits in the state, is doing it. Beechwood. So there's local towns, there's towns spread all over. So it is certainly doable. When we talk about, whether you shall collect, may collect, must collect, and what has to be done with the money, there's 15 other towns refunding these fees. So it's certainly doable as far as a legal standpoint. But it's the right thing to do, to refund this money back to the residents.
And you did a good job. Said
Thank
you
you.
were polished. And the one thing, even though you heard our comments up here, we did say we will probably down the road address this again. We're not saying this is,
Why down the road? I mean, this is something that's, it's here.
right now, we took the issue at hand. We did our homework. We did our things. We've seen the numbers. We're looking at it this way. We know the court case. We know some towns are for it. I agree that people should be in Trenton fighting this. That doesn't mean it's got to be us five, because this goes on all the time with a lot of issues that need to be fought. And when we talk about, you just brought up the schools, and it's 62% of our tax bill. I go to a meeting, and there's 20 people in it. That's why things don't always get done.
Good.
Because people aren't out there. I really applaud you all for the fight you're fighting, because not enough people are getting out there and fighting it, going to Trenton and doing these things, and they need to. Because nothing's more disturbing than not being able to find people to run for election, to change things. People want to say a lot, they get on the internet, but yet they won't put their money where their mouth is and go to Trenton. And like I say, the group you see in here are pretty much the group you see at most things in our town. A town of 29,000. Why is that? And this is a passionate thing, I understand it 1,000%. But, we got to get people together if it's that passionate and try to make a difference, because as we see, not much changes a lot of times. Right now, we're making our decisions on what we know right now, and we're not saying it should be more or anything like that. It's just that this is where we are at this time. We hear yous, but you bring up a lot of good points. The other gentleman brought up a lot of good points. But as far as changing things, people got to make the change. And, the shame of it is very seldom 4 or 5 or 6 of us, it's like working against this wall.
You guys made a compelling case. I think you're in the wrong place to make it. I think it has to start in
And you
Trenton.
did an excellent job.
And you did it, all three of you guys were one better than the next. But I want to say, you talk about 15 towns, maybe, I could see you flipping the script in the state. But right now, you have 15 towns. There's 564 towns. So I have to go based on what my township attorney says, because if I don't listen to the township attorney, then in my mind, I'm 20% of this vote, the system breaks down. So I trust his counsel as a senator and a bar member for a great many decades. So that's one thing. But if you fight this fight, I mean, you made a compelling case, and philosophically, I agree with you. But I think more towns need to flip, and I think we need support in Trenton. I'm not sure you're going to get that with the new governor, but I hope that you do.
And like I said, this council is the front line for the people here. So when you say the fight is in Trenton, by adding Lacey to this list of 15 towns and bringing it to 16, and then when we get out to the next town and we add them, the more towns we put on this list, that's how the fight gets won.
I would just say, I mean, there were, you all presented the counter arguments to they're well received. Right now, we were going off, I don't want to say our side, we were going off the
financials.
The financial
The
side.
financials, which I think is the wrong way to look
at
a Second Amendment right.
So we all appreciate and respect your side of it, but I think right now, just as we do our budget, we are focused on the economic side of it. That's at this point in time. I'm not saying things can't change. They're all compelling arguments, but that's, I think, I'll speak for everybody exactly, but that's where at least I'm fall on that side where I don't think it's unreasonable to charge $150 for the cost of the concealed carry. I don't want to re-litigate this stuff, but that's right now. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And that goes with your question of why did I say addressing it later? Because you know what? We looked at it just like Steve just said. You just brought up some compelling arguments. I'm sure we'll have some more discussion in the future.
I agree.
But that's not, we're not
Right now,
having it
tonight,
right this.
yeah.
Right now, it's not happening. You get, all of yous, all 4 of yous did very well tonight. You brought up some things. It'll create additional discussion. But we were presented with something. We looked at it. We looked at the financial side, the whole 9 yards. That's where we're at right now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Anything else?
Leave it.
Just move on, right? Don't have to take it, there's no vote. All right, anything else from anybody?
Now, this is the opening of-
Name?
Is this in reference to the?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I just have a comment. Elisa Waller, Lacey. I just wanted to comment on what Bob said about, and oh, by the way, congratulations everyone, Happy New Year, about the $150. $150 will fill up my tank 4 times. $150 will pay my electric bill, my gas bill. $150 will pay for 2 more pairs of good sneakers. So, and that's actually cheap. So I just wanted to say that $150 is a lot to some people, and I'm a staunch supporter of the Constitution.
Yes.
So I don't think we should charge for anything that is in our
And don't get me
Constitution.
wrong, I didn't say a lot, $150. I never said $150 is not a lot. I said $150 doesn't cover a lot,
It doesn't.
of times
Right,
in
so
today's
it's
world.
a lot.
And that's where I was coming from with
Yeah.
that. It's not that, the shame of it is where we live in today, $150 doesn't go far.
Right,
Yeah.
right. All right,
Thank you for your comments. All right, moving along, an add-on. I have an add-on and Veronica has an add-on. So, this afternoon, I got a letter regarding safe streets. So, so I don't have an objection signing the letter. It's promoting, walkable paths, bikeable paths. I don't have an objection signing it. There is some details, this is for Carol from last week, but there are some details on it that it should be further addressed if we're gonna, we'll see what we'll pursue.
Do you
I'll put it
want
down.
me to send the
So,
committee that information that
Yeah, I
you
guess send
received
them
today?
that, but I don't object to signing the letter. Next item, Veronica.
All right, this evening after 4:30, actually, I received a request through the Recreation Department, lacrosse, they're having their annual registrations, and they would like to post signs throughout the community, which we allow for a nonprofit organization to do 2 weeks in advance of their deadline. So the 31st of January is the closing of the registration, so they want to post signs January 16th through the 31st of January.
Move it.
Move it. Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, a motion to adjourn.
Move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now what am I doing? We're just going around the township?
Yes.
Township, right into township.
So we're heading to township. Anybody's, we're gonna stick to the township, that's okay also. Okay. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to the public laws of 1975. Said notice was advertising as Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. Item 1, ordinance 2026-01, setting salaries of seasonal employees.
Ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled An Ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. This is for our part-time recreation and DPW employees.
Move it.
Second,
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas?
Yes, resolution 2026-51, authorizing the transfer of appropriations.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the transfer of appropriations in accordance with provisions of NJSA 40A:4-59.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas?
Yes, resolution 2026-52, adopting a cash management plan for the year 2026.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, adopting a cash management plan for the year 2026.
Move it. Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas?
Yes. Resolution 2026-53, accepting the retirements of multiple employees.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, accepting the retirements of various municipal employees.
Move it.
Second,
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas?
Yes, resolution 2026-54, authorizing the tax assessor to file assessor's appeals.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the tax assessor to file an assessor's appeal to correct certain errors made on assessments for the year 2026, and authorizing the tax assessor as agent in filing petition of appeals and rollback complaint forms.
Move it.
Second,
Mr. McDonald?
Excuse me, yes.
Mr. Larray?
yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas?
Yes, resolution 2026-55, authorizing an addendum to a shared services agreement with Pine Beach Municipal Court.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing an addendum to the shared services agreement with the Borough of Pine Beach for municipal court services.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-56, authorizing the execution of a grant agreement.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the execution of a grant agreement with the County of Ocean for the Municipal Alliance Program.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-57, awarding a contract to Motorola Solutions for consoles for the police department.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, awarding a contract to Motorola Solutions in care of wireless communications and electronics for K2 Core consoles and Vesta for the police department.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes, and this is the money we got from the insurance company?
Yes, this is all being covered under, due to the lightning strike by the insurance.
Yes, because anybody in the public sees that nice big number on that page, insurance company's paying for that.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-58, awarding a contract for the purchase of rock salt.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, awarding a contract for the purchase of rock salt to Atlantic City.
Move it. Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-59, authorizing the release of a performance guarantee for Seabreeze at Lacey for the model park and construction trailer relocation.
Move it. Oh, sorry.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the release of a performance guarantee for Seabreeze at Lacey Model Park and Construction Trailer Relocation, conditioned upon the posting of a maintenance guarantee.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-60, authorizing the release of a performance guarantee for Seabreeze at Lacey, the multifamily area.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the release of a performance guarantee for Seabreeze at Lacey multifamily area, conditioned upon the posting of a maintenance guarantee.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-61, authorizing the release of a maintenance guarantee for Seabreeze at Lacey, the Northside area.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the release of a maintenance bond for Seabreeze at Lacey off-site area.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-62, authorizing the refund of deposit monies.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, Resolution 2026-63, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes, and I'm staying on T0035.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes, monthly reports.
Sorry about that. I don't have any monthly reports. Aim, do you have them?
I do.
Municipal Clerk's Office for the month of December collected receipts in the amount of $3,482.49. Municipal Court for the month of November collected receipts in the amount of $11,323.93. Road opening permits for the month of December were collecting the amount of $5,820. Recycling commodity in the amount of $1,186. And truck parking in the amount of $325. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve township meeting minutes of December 23rd, 2025.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve executive session meeting minutes of December 23rd, 2025.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve township meeting minutes of January 1st, 2026.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I have a couple things.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm going first. So this is our first real township meeting.
We switched up on the agenda. Did you
I
want to
know,
double
so
check?
that's what I'm gonna, so we did change, I guess, the form, slight changes to the format. So we're, still asking people to abide by the 5-minute time limit. We're not going to rush anybody out of here, but we're just asking please to hold it to the 5 minutes. We are going to try and make better use of the caucus this year. As you saw tonight, we're going to try to put more of that stuff on the front, load it, so that people understand, what we're thinking and how we're voting on stuff. And the committee is going to go last on our public comment, so that the public's going first and the committee is going last. We discussed this and we feel it's appropriate for us, just in case we want to address some things that get brought up during the course of the meeting. So just to touch base on a few things that so where we left off last year. We're still involved, Holtec, and we're still involved in the tax appeal lawsuit with Holtec. I'm mostly assured that we resolved our COA lawsuit with Fair Share Housing. Some projects that are continuing through the end of the year. We're still working with the YMCA to see if we can come to some sort of partnership with them. We'll see if we're able to do something. Phase 2 of the township dock started, I believe, in November, and that's continuing. The Hebrew Park Pavilion is complete, so that project is finished. The DEP is supposed to, they're doing a REAL Act. That was the resiliency. It's a big deal if you talk to engineers and planners. Extremely costly, so it's supposed to pass. I think they extended it for 12 days or something like that, but we're getting a lot of emails and calls regarding it, what the effect on townships are. So if you were building, I would strongly caution you to check with an engineer to see what you're getting into. It's significant. The former White Castle is going to be converted to a Tim Hortons, and that's under construction. There's a new church going in on Lacey Road. There's no real landmarks. It's the old building that they sort of started taking apart. But that's going to be a church. Had a meeting yesterday with M&T Development. That's behind CVS. It looks like they're trying to get started, so that project might finally get underway. The school board swore in new members on Monday night. I wasn't at the swearing in, but I did take time to go and introduce myself to the new members and just remind them that that we're there to help them as much as we can, offer as much support we can, and that that we do have regular liaison meetings. I'm not the liaison this year, but that if they need any kind of help from any one of us, they should reach out to us. And I'll be conducting Meet the Mayors as at the second Tuesday of every month at 6 o'clock at the library. So, with that, those are my comments tonight. I'm opening it up to the public. Does the public have any questions or comments? Come on up.
I guess I'll just have to hold it. Regina DeSenza, Sunset Drive, Sunrise Beach. Something you just talked about, Steve, that whole tax case, I thought that was close to being resolved.
It
Any
is.
idea?
I'm just giving, I'm just saying.
So it's still in
Sticking-
progress, but it's close? Because that's what I was under.
Seemingly.
All right. So do you think it'll be during 2026?
I would imagine so.
So it could be this
I
year?
mean, again, it's my best guess.
Okay, good, because I was kind of hoping that would come to a close soon. I also want to talk about the rock salt issues at Home Depot. I don't know if you've spoken to Mr. Noller yet, but you could have cashed in on a bunch of money if you had some fines in place, because there's been more rock salt put up there, and that is wellhead protection area for 3, 4, and 5. I'd really like to see our drinking water stay clean, since that's the basis for the value of our homes. And I've been in a town where the water was tainted, and it's not a nice thing. So when the MUA gives you that ordinance to have fines for these people that are just throwing rock salt down anytime they please on our wellhead area, really appreciate if you'd think about it really hard. And let's start fining them, because you got to hit them in the pocket, and we need the money anyway, so why not?
So there was emails back and forth. Veronica, it's not on the books, is that right? I
There's
know.
nothing on the books.
That's correct. There's no ordinance on the books, correct.
Nothing to charge them for their
It's
violations.
a gentleman's agreement between the Home Depot
Which
and
ain't working out for
and the
over 10 years.
MUA, and they are allowed to use a environmentally safe
Yes.
rock product. It's called Purple
Yeah, and
Haze or
there's
something
calcium
like that.
chloride too,
And
but
just
I
to
saw them
be
putting
clear,
down
could
rock
we-
salt more than once.
We cannot pass that retroactively.
Not retroactive.
Oh, that would be lovely if you could. We'd have a pile of money. But please.
So what are you
I'm
asking?
here to,
So we'll put it on
please
caucus.
pass the
I'm
ordinance.
putting it all on caucus this year.
Yeah. Please pass that ordinance to start fining people that are putting rock salt down in the wellhead protection area. And the MUA also mentioned that they want to start moving their meetings to 5:30 in March. You know, it's just dinner hour, and people don't get home from work that quickly, but I'm the only one there anyway, so what difference does it make, right? Another thing I want to talk about is the caregiver volunteers of Central Jersey. As I mentioned at the reorg, we have a lot of elderly in this community, and we have 2 senior communities. Caregiver volunteers of Central Jersey can help people with things like grocery shopping, doctor visits, companionship, and also they need volunteers right here in this neighborhood. So call 732-505-2273 or check out Caregiver Volunteers of Central Jersey on their website. They need volunteers, and people need them. There are people that you could serve right in your own neighborhood or even down the street, and these people helped me tremendously in 2018 with my parents, and that's how I know about this program. And it's free, and there's no financial qualification. It's open to anyone. That's the beauty of it. There's no income verification. And then in coordination with that, our police department has a lockbox program for seniors that may be home alone. And to assist emergency responders, you can have a lockbox installed at your home so that you can get help easily without having your door broken down. So if anybody needs a lockbox, call the police department, find out about the program, 609-693-6636. That's the police number, right? Okay?
Thank you very much.
Because I know someone recently that needed to do that.
Thank you for your comments. Anything else? Come on up.
Barry Bender, southern end of Lacey Township. Wasn't planning on speaking, but I noticed something down at the bottom of the agenda. I really don't enjoy that at all. Putting the comments from the committee after the comments from the public, in the sense that during the comments from the public, the people on the dais are allowed to speak, as opposed to the comments from the committee, where the people in the audience are silenced. My feeling is it's basically adds to a lack of transparency and a lack of democracy on your part, that you make your comments and the people out in the audience have no wherewithal whatsoever to reply to your comments. So I'm just letting you know that's my feeling on this subject. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anything else? Name?
Elisa Waller. I just wanted to ask a question. So I was researching on the website. There's a public notice. There's no date, so it just says it's, I mean, Veronica's name's on it and Mr. Dykoff. But it's mentioning something about a home improvement program. Is that still happening in
It's
our
through the
town?
Community Development Block Grant Program.
Yes.
Okay.
Block
Yes.
grant.
So it says here that it's affordable housing administrators, and it's a forgivable loan after 10 years.
Yes.
So
That's a
after-
very old notice, so that scale might have changed. So there's
no
probably,
date on it, so I didn't know how old it was. But
yeah, that, if
still
Mr.
current.
Dykoff's name's on it, that's a very old notice, because that would have been when he was, the
years
last
ago.
time he was mayor.
3-4 years ago, 3-4 years
So
ago.
is it still in?
Yes.
Yes, and we do put out a notice when we do need more residents. We have a very long waiting list right now. Yeah.
Okay, so, which brings me back to the $150. But anyways, the affordable housing, the forgivable loan, so after 10 years, if they're in, they get the loan and they get their house, they're in it for 10 years, and they still owe some money. So it's all forgiven? Or is there a hold on a certain amount at the end of the forgiven loan? Because I know the USDA had farmer home loans back in the 70s and 80s. And after so many years, they forgive the loan, except that there's still $35,000 to $40,000 that is just like put over here. You can still stay in your home, but if you leave your home or sell your home, you owe them back the $40,000. So I'm just wondering if that's how this works for these
No.
people.
So so you have to have lived in your house for a minimum of 3 years, and then you need certain, if home improvement efficiencies done, doors, windows, a roof, hot water heater, those kind of things, right? And you have to meet the income level guidelines based on your
It's
house.
98,000 it says.
And that could be old, yeah, but to meet the income level guidelines. We will only spend up to $25,000 on making those improvements. So if you need doors, windows, and then, yes, you have to maintain the ownership of that home for 10 years. At the end of the 10 years, we just sign off on the mortgage release. So if you sell in between that time, there's a sliding scale. So if you've been there for 5 years and then you sell, you're going to owe, at closing, they will owe 50% of that $25,000 back.
And I
And
believe-
that is all charged through the Affordable Housing Trust Fund that developers pay for people who build new houses or make improvements on their house. You have to pay into this trust fund. There is also money that the county provides under the County Community Development Block Grant. And on even years, the township gets an allotment from the county up to $40,000 to do these items as well.
But again, it's only as much money as in the account. So if you try to come to do it and there's no money in the account, then you can't do it.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So I was just curious how it worked, because I know about the $85,000 that the USDA provided to people to have affordable houses here back in the 80s.
Yeah, but it's not for the purchase of the house, it's for improvements to your house that,
That's already existed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's not land, it's not a building,
No,
it's just already existing.
Yeah, so again, we see a lot of our seniors that need hot water heaters are a big thing, that need improvements like that done to the house. It's not for, accessory items and those kind of things, and new carpeting in your house. It's for those things that make the house efficient and safe.
Well, that's interesting, because I just thought of something, because at the end of that loan, if you have any improvements that you've done in your house over the amount of time you're in it, they count that against it. So like, they count it for you, actually.
Right.
So if you improve your home and you still have a loan and it's forgiven, and that $40,000 is over here, that doesn't even count towards the improvements that you made on your home. So I'm just wondering if there's a difference. Like if you already have a home and you're improving it and you have this,
You're talking about when you go to sell it.
and you go to sell it.
Okay,
Right.
so right now, if you're single, up to $250,000 gain, tax-free. If you're married, $500,000 tax-free on a gain. So if you're talking about $25,000 maxing out, you're not gonna go past that.
So how does this benefit the town? I'm just curious, I know you have an answer.
Well,
So which one are you talking, if you're talking just straight the affordable housing?
The housing rehabilitation program.
Yeah, so if you want to, if you fall in the income limits and you apply and there's money in the account to put a new roof on, then you get a free roof.
Well, it keeps the house, it keeps people in the houses. It keeps the houses safe. It keeps the value of the houses up, and they don't fall into disrepair. And it's a program through, again, federal programs, federal money that's coming in to keep these houses in livable conditions. Yes, and it does, you make those improvements in your house, no matter who paid for them, it does increase the resale value,
Right.
hopefully,
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah,
So
it's more set up to help the homeowner
Right,
than the town property. It just,
okay. That was just something I ran into when I was cruising. The other thing I want to talk about is the salt. I noticed this last snowstorm, the roads are like still white all over Ocean County, basically, with this salt. So the runoff from the salt is damaging our waters, as we just heard. But I'm just curious, is there any other thing that the township used to use sand to help with melting the snow, or coffee grounds is another one that I've heard, and also sawdust? I don't know if we can use that in some parts, especially parts that are closer to wells or waterways. It's just something I want to throw out there, because the roads and our cars are being destroyed by this salt. And I'm just throwing that out there as an option. And lastly, I want to mention the ice. Is anybody on this committee concerned at all about ICE coming into our town, or maybe our county, and starting to take people out? Because what just happened in Minneapolis with the woman being shot in the face by ICE, who was an American citizen, who was a legal observer, she was shot and killed. And the school that was 3 miles away went under their official lockdown, but there were still students and staff outside being shot at by pepper bullets and thrown to the ground. So I was so scared to go to work today, because I'm an educator, thinking about this happening closer to us. And I know it's been happening, Delaney Hall up in New Jersey, Newark, has been dealing with the immigrants and the ICE agents bringing in their people that they're taking there. So I'm just curious if you guys have thought about it, and I just wanted to put it in your minds that that's what I'm thinking about in our town and in Toms River, because that's where I work. And I think it's a scary situation across America. And I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
See, yep.
This was Mills.
Carol Middlesbrough. First, I wanted to acknowledge everybody that shows up at these meetings, especially here, and they volunteer their time. And I know we listen to everybody up here say how much you guys volunteer your time. I think the residents that show up at these meetings need absolute kudos for showing up and participating in these meetings in person. So I just wanted to say that. Because of that, this is now my second year participating. I've tried to educate myself in researching the nomenclature of this political body, attending municipal training modules, events, and respectfully making suggestions that are within the scope of what I think that I understand are your responsibilities to the community. As an interested resident, I participated in in-depth courses on coastal stewardship, safe streets, urban and transportation planning. I'm part of the Arts Council. I'm part of the Environmental Commission. I attend Lacey County Historic roundtables, and I talk about Lacey and the history of Lacey to everybody that I possibly can because I love this town. I say that, and I also work full-time. So the volunteer hours that I put in to try and communicate in positive ways about how we can help this town is really important to me. So I want to take another run at the Safe Streets topic, if I may.
Go ahead.
So I mentioned something about the master plan on walkable downtown, which got crickets. But I want to really say that I believe our goals are similar, and I'm thrilled that the master plan mentions a walkable downtown because it says to me that you all understand the value of walkability in our community. And it's proven that walkable corridors positively affect the community's mental health and physical health while increasing the quality of life for all residents and visitors. As we see an increase in bicycling, not that e-bikes are our favorite thing that we see these days, but I've seen a huge, especially where I live, people walking down Bayway, people riding bicycles down Bayway. And this morning I saw a large crane that was bigger than a house and 4 trucks go down and almost mow me off the road at 6:30 in the morning, which is why I'm now wearing fluorescent even when I'm walking a half a block. And a lantern. I feel like I'm now...
I have a blinking light myself, personally.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's serious. And they're not going 25 miles an hour, which is the speed limit. And the worst time in the morning, and I think it's when we're all commuting and we're walking, so it's really important that we understand. So here we go. Staying current with urban planning tools that transform outdated car-centric urban sprawl of the 70s into walkable pedestrian areas are essential for success. Implementing practical traffic calming solutions, and I want to say traffic calming is a category that's recognized by the federal government, including the state. To achieve walkable neighborhoods is urgently needed in Lacey. The Federal Highway Administration defines that the primary purpose of traffic calming is to support the livability and vitality of residential and commercial areas through improvements in non-motorist safety, mobility, and comfort. These objectives are typically achieved by reducing vehicle speeds or volumes on streets and networks. Traffic calming measures consist of horizontal, vertical, lane narrowing, roadside, and other features that use self-enforcing means to produce the desired effects. So what we're looking for is people that are driving on a street that'll say, "Oh shoot, I should slow down. This is a walkable area." There's people walking their dogs, there's kids, there's bicycles. It's self-policing versus saying, let's get the police out there and enforce and give tickets and so on and so forth, which then just, that's the way to do it too, but it's not the right way in my opinion. So, we're going to do definitions. Vertical deflections include speed humps, raised tables, and cushions. Horizontal shifts include chicanes, diverters, and mini roundabouts, which I'm not looking forward to. Lane narrowing includes adding bike lanes, curb extensions, chokers, ballards, meaning flexible ballards, not metal ballards that we have in the middle of Lacey Road, because these are really dangerous. And I don't care how convenient they are, or the fact that people mow over plastic ballards. I know, but I'm just saying,
I can talk about this for a while, but.
I know, but we're not going to.
Go
But
ahead.
my request is, let's get back on the county and say, let's put in some flexible ballards on Lacey Road, because if somebody hits them, they're gonna get hurt.
They do move when you hit
So visual cues include road diets, which means that you make roads smaller, narrower, not wider, raise crosswalks, enhance paint markings, which is the least expensive way to change people's minds about safety. These are all gateway treatments.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm almost
Go
done.
ahead.
So a study by the American Journal of Public Health found that children who live within a block of a speed hump have significantly reduced odds of being hit by a vehicle and create safer, more livable streets. And then I was going to talk about the email we got today, so I don't have to do that. And I'm going to end with, you mentioned Safe Routes to Schools. That program goes hand in hand with Complete and Green Streets. Please consider passing Complete and Green Streets resolution showing our commitment to safer streets in Lacey. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much for your comments.
Do I need-
Anything else?
No, I mean, as in-
I could, no. We'll talk about it in Environmental Commission. Any other comments?
Seeing none, make a motion, to close the floor.
Second.
All
Time you asked him.
all in favor? Aye.
Resolution
Good.
Deputy Mayor.
What?
Committee comments.
Everyone else have their comments?
Oh, I forgot, yeah.
I did too. I started reading the resolution.
Oh, it's just-
Closing the floor.
We close the floor, yeah.
Closing the floor.
Right, Deputy Mayor.
Deputy Mayor Larray.
He's got to get back in the
Can't change
routine
anything.
again. He hasn't, you
Yeah,
know, he hasn't done this for a while, so he's got back in the routine again.
Well, yeah, and Nancy caught me off guard last speaking, the first speaking. And of course, Steve, with his initial comments, covered just about everything I was going to say. But first of all, I want to thank you four gentlemen for coming up tonight, because even though, you know, we got our views as of right now, you brought up a lot of good, important points, and I know myself, you know, I thank you. I'm going to look into this more myself and follow up on it, but that's from me to you. I really appreciate what you had to say, and of course, this young lady, too. Steve did bring up, which a lot of us just read just today, about this REAL Act that's coming through out of Trenton, affecting builders, different areas of towns, flood zones, and the whole bit. It's another thing that anybody involved in this, permitting the whole 9 yards, pay attention to it, because it could have some really steep impacts on what goes on in the future with building, construction, and flood zones. There was a comment in there today, in that when I was reading it, when I was bored sitting in the ER at Brick Hospital, Caffrey's could end up in a flood zone, so that gives you an idea how deep this might reach into town. Pretty much anything east of Route 9, so if you want to educate yourself, that's just another good thing to educate yourself. Tim Hortons was mentioned, that is actively being worked on. What is nice to see is they are using an existing building and converting it over without tearing it down and going with total new construction. So that's a great thing when we see a fast food franchise establishment being rehabbed into the next one. Also, yes, there was momentum timed this year. Monday night, the school has more turnover than it's ever had. The normal election cycle that the 7 members is 2, 2, and 3. Well, this year became unique because there was also a resignation, which that seat has not been sat in yet. But there's a 4-member turnover out of 7. That's momentous. So let's everybody try to stay a little positive, see what they can do, what new ideas. I welcome all the new board members, and I myself have also spent time speaking to all of them that had been elected, and I am one of the liaisons to the school. The mention of volunteers was brought up, and as I always say, you know, volunteers are what makes towns. Not only the people that work there, but volunteers are something you can never have enough of, and they're getting harder and harder to get. So, if you see a volunteer, thank them. If you see something you can get involved in, get involved. Regina brought up the caregivers, another great organization. There's so many fantastic organizations out there that we can either be part of, donate to, or at least appreciate why they're there. And yes, I'm sure all of us pay attention to the news when it comes to ICE and things going on around this country. So all I can say is, yes, it's always in my thoughts because some things are scary, but yes. And with that, I just want to wish everybody again a great 2026, and let's hope this is a good year because we've accomplished a lot last year. We got a lot on the agenda, and I'm looking forward to another great year. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Committeewoman Giuliano.
Thank you, Mayor Kennis. Nice to say that again.
Oh, I forgot something.
You can't talk.
No.
5 minutes are up.
I know
Let's
it is just-
congratulate Gaga on her new granddaughter.
Yay! Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, Bob, appreciate it. Yes, I became a grandmother on January 2nd, my first grandchild, very excited. Makes you pay attention a lot more to things that you're talking about. It does make you pay attention a lot more. On volunteer side, I always bring this up, and I'm sure people get annoyed with it all the time, but it's something we need to pay attention to because somewhere down the line, the state, I'm sure, will force our hand at some point or another and take our volunteer firemen away from us. And we are very, very fortunate to have what we have in this town. I know I say it all the time, but it's very important to notice them, to pay attention to them, to support them, and to thank them. This past month, we had 101 calls. You know, they range. The calls, could be a fire alarm, could be a gas leak, could be anything. But these guys leave their homes, leave their families, holidays, whatever it is, they're there taking care of stuff. So we need to make sure we really pay attention to them. Gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. We want you to know these are things that we talk about, believe me. We know that New Jersey's known as the pay the debt before you get a prize kind of thing, and it's always been that way. My brother, who lived in Arizona for years, when he'd come back and do something here for me, he'd say, okay, got to get a permit. I know, Peggy, because it's a permit state. It's just what it is. I'm sorry, but we're working on it. We're thinking about it. We're talking about it. It's not like we, don't know how it feels, because we've all been there with permits in one way or another. Congratulations to the new year for everybody. I wish us all well and success, and hopefully we get some more stuff done this year.
Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Mayor.
Committeeman Curatello.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to dovetail on some of the things that, well, first, congratulations to
Thank you.
Committeewoman Giuliano.
Thank you.
Just the birth of I'm partial to girls. I only have a daughter, so congratulations.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. Some of the things that Committeeman LaRae said are some of the things I talk about up here, and I like to say that we control what we can control. So one of the things he said that happened really, I say, in the dark of night at the end of this current administration in Trenton, are these new zoning rules. So you purchase a home, and all of a sudden you may have to raise it. I don't think that's fair to change the rules after the game. And it goes along with the flavor of the evening. What these gentlemen and this lady were talking about tonight, philosophically, you're right. I agree with you. And I will revisit it, and I'm sure there'll be some spirited conversation in the back room. But just to give you an idea of what could be happening when I say we control, and one of the most important things we do here, and I've been texting back and forth this week with newly minted and re-minted Mayor Kennis, who's obviously my running mate and a personal friend. And so we often have some of these conversations. And one of the things that came out of New York City with Mayor Mandami that was unbelievable was COPA, Community Opportunity to Purchase Act, a law recently enacted by the City Council of New York City giving nonprofits and community groups the first chance to buy multifamily buildings when they go on sale. So essentially, they have to have the right of first refusal. And that's always the toenail in the doorway, isn't it, right? So the next thing on that list will be single-family homes. Our governor-elect, and I'm hoping she's good to Ocean County, openly supported Mayor Mondami. And Mayor Mondami has wasted no time in talking about items like this. So it's very troubling when people come for a private, personal land grab through executive fiat or caveat or through so-called legislation. They count on you being a plumber. They count on you being busy, like Carol and Mrs. Middledorf said. Watch the press releases at 5 o'clock on a Friday night on a holiday weekend come out at 2, 3, or 4 in the afternoon from Trenton. Be aware of what's coming out on weekends. This is how some of these people unfortunately operate. And I say we protect our house and our zip codes. Nothing's more important. Land use is how, and I don't have favorites, but land use, Mayor Kennis is right. That's the heartbeat of a town. Whatever you support, it's derived through taxes, land use. So I want that to be front and center with everyone's eyes open. And the people here that are vigilant, they come up and disagree with us, maybe dislike us, maybe agree with us. Talk into that microphone and give your heart to our people who are going to see this played on a loop on Channel 21, because you're educating everybody. So your property is yours. Within the realm of ethical reason, I want to see you be able to do what you want with it without making it look like a patchwork quilt of garbage. There are rules. So we move forward that way. I'll close comments with yesterday. I was at the reorganization meeting for the County of Ocean. We elected 2 new county commissioners, and one of the things that came out of that meeting that was novel, that I have right here, if you will humor me, the committee director spoke about an Ocean County Improvement Authority, and it's just in the discussion stages now. But when, you know, it's been around for a little while, but I do think it's going to catch and get on now. Monmouth County actually has one, and creating such an authority would help smaller municipalities, boards of education, fire districts secure better borrowing rates. I'm all for that. We work hard on our credit rating, because when we borrow money cheaper in this township, I have to go less into your pocket because it costs us less to go out to borrow that money and bond for it. So if the county can, I'll take help from anybody. If the county can help us do that, I think doing that would be a great thing. We are one of our municipalities, and we are in good standing. Our county are partners of ours, so we want to look forward to that. No announcement now, just a teaser. The beautiful, I'll close with this, the beautiful Enos Pond Park. There could be an announcement with that coming very shortly, a concussion-proof flooring. It's now shaded. I was fortunate enough with people at the end of the dais here, Committeewoman Giuliano, Administrator LeRae. I'm not sure if our clerk, Amy, was there or not, but
She wasn't. It was just us.
we clipped the ribbon over there, and that's a county park, so no direct cost or impact to us, but I think you're going to see an announcement in February with that. It's a jewel. It's part of the recreational jewel in a crown that we have, one of many wonderful parks, and one of the primary reasons people live here and choose here. So stay tuned for that. Can't make any announcements, but will shortly. Mayor, thank you for the time.
Thank you. Pete, Committeeman McDonald.
Is there anything left to say? No, seriously. Thank you, Mayor. A few years back, I created, and we ran it for 2 years, and we stopped it because the attendance was getting low, was a volunteer fair. In other words, we bring the organizations in, and if you wanted to sign up, it was a way to get in contact with all these great organizations that we have, because you go talk to people, what, would you like to join this? Well, yeah, but I don't know how. This is a way we can do that, and I will talk, Jim Weiland ran it for our recreation department, and I will talk to him tomorrow about putting that back on a thing. You can only run that so often. I do want to talk about ice. I don't like ice. I don't like the way they operate. However, they have a job to do. And they are officials. And they got to do the job. And I just wish, and I get it, wish these people who are against them, get out of the way. You can yell at them, scream at them. I was watching TV today. This guy's like 4 feet away, and this lady's just screaming at him, and he's not doing anything. They have a job to do. Let them do their job, and we won't have those incidences like we had yesterday where this woman gets shot. Let them do their job. It's just like a police officer. A police officer tells you to get out of the car. Guess what? Get out of the car. It's that simple. And this one's for Mr. Kennis. I was watching TV today, and they were talking about housing in the United States, and that it's all being jammed up by regulations, and that they have to start looking at toning these regulations down, because the states aren't doing it. So they're thinking about making maybe national regulations come down and wiping some of this stuff out. And I do, the Minnesota problem, I think where it's headed here in New Jersey. I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, they're going into California now. I thought I saw Illinois was involved with this. They're in New York already with this. There's no doubt in my mind they will be in New Jersey soon with this fraud stuff going on. I don't know if it'll be daycare centers or what, but I mean, this is the state of New Jersey. This is where corruption was born. So,
It's a sanctuary state.
you know, you laugh at it, but it was, because this is where corruption was born. I'm telling you right now, I don't know when they're going to get here, and you're going to be shocked at the people involved in some of this stuff. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you, Tim. Yep, so my comments were at the beginning. Next meetings, and from here on out, they'll be at the end. So motion to adjourn.
Move it.
Can we read
Sorry, I have to read my resolution.
resolution to go into executive?
Resolution 2026-64, resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the convening of an executive session in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act to discuss pending anticipated litigation and matters of real estate.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Larray? Yes. Mayor Kennas?
Yes, motion to adjourn.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Kill the tape.